This is something that you're commanded to do no matter what,
Yeah.
or no matter how you treat me, no matter how you acting out here. Like, my call is to love you.
We were very intentional about um first and foremost just making sure that God was glorified.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole God is the whole creator and the foundation of marriage.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, Bolden Matrimony. I'm Robert Bolden, and I have my good-looking wife. What's your name, babe? Tell me your name.
Kori Bolden.
Yes. We will be talking about today our honeymoon and all the things that we got to experience over there after our wedding, which we talked about on the last episode. So
Yes.
a lot to cover today, and I don't know if we have time for everything, but we'll take the highlights and get it going. That was a fun trip.
It was amazing. How long was it?
We did 12 days.
Yes.
We did the majority of the trip in Phuket, Thailand, and a short portion in Bangkok, 3 days in Bangkok. So where do we begin? Let's start in Phuket. Or do you want to start with the trip? Because this is my first time being out of the country.
Yeah. This was Rob's first international trip.
Yeah, I just jumped right into the water.
Yeah, and so I was like, babe, now it's gonna be a long flight. You got long legs. We can take this. We can ease into this. We can do Jamaica. We can do Mexico.
How long are those flights?
Those aren't long at all. It's like four hours.
Yeah, let me just
I was like, we could do a nice little Caribbean trip. And he like, no, let's just do it. So I'm like, all right. So we decided to do Thailand, which was on both of our lists of places that we wanted to travel. So we decided to do that. And initially, because I planned with Rob's confirmation on some things, but
we got a system. We got a system. We'll talk a little bit about that too.
Yes. So I planned the trip and all the activities and things that we did there. But originally we were supposed to do Phuket the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we broke it up because it was a perfect balance, very well-paced trip of, perfect balance of leisure and beach and relaxation. And then getting to Bangkok, just like the upbeat, urban type city life.
Two totally different type feels, for sure.
Yeah.
I think after being on the plane for that amount of time and traveling.
It's like a full day of travel.
Yeah, full day of travel. The longest flight, I think, was 13 hours.
Yeah,
it was broken
12,
up. We did Detroit to Philly, Philly to Doha, Doha to Thailand.
Yeah.
The longest stretch of travel was 12, and the shortest was 7.
Yeah.
And I mean, the flight wasn't bad.
The flight going there.
Yeah, the flight going there wasn't bad. I had a lot of leg room. Like, I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm a pretty lengthy dude. So I was good. I had me an aisle seat. I could stretch out. I got up, walked around. They had meals coming.
We had an extra seat. Nobody was sitting next to us.
Yeah. So it worked out like
nice.
perfect. I feel like God's hand was in it. But on the way back, you was
coming back. He was like, all right, y'all had a good time, y'all.
Right. He was like, let me give you a little.
No, his hand was still there.
It was still in it. He ain't left us, but it was a little. It wasn't like the first one. I'd say that much. But it still wasn't bad. I enjoyed the flight over there. They served meals. Like, I like to eat. The food was good too.
Yeah, actually, because I had been to South Africa before, and I didn't really remember the food being that good,
Yeah, it was good
on the flight. So that was a pleasant surprise even for me as well. But it was a long flight. But when we got over there, how I mapped it out was like, okay, the first few days we're not gonna do anything. We're not planning anything. We got there Friday, September 22nd. Yeah, they're 11 hours ahead. And we're on Eastern time. We live in Michigan. So I was like, we're just gonna chill at the resort. We stayed at a beautiful resort
that resort
in
was
Phuket,
amazing.
Intercontinental Phuket. So if you ever plan a trip to Phuket, definitely make sure you have Intercontinental on your list. It's like royalty.
Yes.
But we were there. When we got there, we just had the first few days to get adjusted, relax. We was waking up in the middle of the night, ordering room service.
Yeah, pretty much every night we were
Yeah.
up at like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yep. And we're like, what
ordering
do you want to
room
do?
service.
Oh, let's order room service. And yeah, so it was really cool. And we had like a pool outside of our suite. We had like a villa. So he was my little guppy just swimming around and but yeah, so we did that, and then going into the week that we spent in Phuket, like so that Monday we did a tour around all the different hot spots in Phuket. So that was fun. We went to like the temples, and we went by Big Buddha, but we didn't really see Big Buddha because it was a monsoon that came down. That's another story for later. And yeah, we just went into Old Phuket Town, which is if anyone who's been to Puerto Rico, they have Old San Juan in Puerto Rico with all the colorful buildings and Art Deco architecture. It was a similar vibe in Old Phuket. Yeah. So we had lunch there and walked around there. So that was cool. So that was Monday, and then Tuesday we had a chill beach day.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
People ask like, what was you guys' favorite part of the 12 days? That's definitely.
We just literally sat by the beach by the pool, and it was the perfect day because we actually went. When we went, it was like rainy or wet season.
Rainy season.
But so it rained like mostly in the morning though on some days, and then but in the afternoons it was like beautiful sunny. So on the beach day, we had the perfect weather. We took a nap. We woke up. We walked the beach. We stumbled across some like local.
Yeah, the locals are
vendors.
amazing because like, all right, so their currency over there is baht, like Thai baht. Mm-hmm. And compared to our currency here, USD, you can get a lot in baht for a little bit of USD, right? So the tuk-tuk is like their version of transportation. You can get to drive around. It's like a motorcycle hybrid cart.
Like carriage.
Yeah. Where a guy is driving it. So that's 100 baht to get that pretty much for like the day.
$5 here.
And it's $5 here. So like that was just great and convenient because we were able to just zip around the city.
So when we did the beach day in Phuket and we stumbled across like a couple of vendors who were making drinks, we were able to get like drinks for like $8.
Yeah, like drinks like over here that would be like 15.
Yeah, two of us. We were able to get drinks total for $8, like good strong cocktails. So anyway, so that was Tuesday, and then Wednesday we went to an elephant sanctuary.
Good morning, Miss Bolden.
Good morning.
Are you ready to see some elephants?
Yes.
Got some fresh fruit.
Which is basically like a retirement home for elephants that they go and like rescue who were like in entertainment and abused, and so it's like they're in their natural habitat and
that was really
we got
cool.
to feed them, and it was just very like it was a really cool thing.
It was
to
because the oldest elephant there was like 70, 69 exactly.
Yeah.
The youngest was 39.
Yeah.
And first of all, I didn't realize that elephants like live that long. Mm-hmm. I didn't know really any elephant facts, but we learned they're pregnant for 3 years too.
Yeah, they're I thank God I'm not an elephant because
that's a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just are roaming around. You see them kind of interact
and
with
they
them.
eat 16 hours a day.
They eat 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
And as
so
we were
fun
watching
elephant facts. We learned a lot about elephants.
And we got a bunch of video and stuff to share that too. But yeah, that was cool. The one of my favorites was the Thai cooking class.
Yeah. Wait, babe.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. That was the same day.
Yeah.
So later that day, we did the Thai cooking class.
The guy who did it seemed like he needed his own show.
Yeah.
I wish we would have got his. Maybe we could find him on social media or something.
What was his name?
I forget. We can.
It was a
probably find
great. I think it was Jeff. It might have been Jeff or Joe. I don't know, but it was awesome. Like we cooked curry. Like that curry was slapping, bro.
Curry, pad thai.
Oh, we forgot about the seafood brunch on Sunday.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, it was a big seafood brunch we did on Sunday. They just kept bringing out food. We were just stuffed. It was great. But yeah, Thai. We cooked curry, fried rice. What else?
Pad thai.
Pad thai. Spring rolls.
Spring rolls.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And they sent us the recipes. They say some of the recipes that they have over there we can't use over here.
The ingredients.
The ingredients.
They're not as fresh.
Yeah.
Because our food is trash. But their ingredients are a lot fresher over there. So
we got KFC over there.
Oh, KFC was slapping in
was
Thailand.
Fresh. They don't have biscuits. They have like
egg tarts.
Egg tarts. Everything is healthy. They're very health conscious.
Yeah.
Even the KFC, that's the only fast food that we had that we just wanted to try.
But it was slapping.
But it was great.
So yeah, and then Thursday we literally just chilled in our room the entire day and like chilled out because we had like a little lounge and poolside area where I could just chill and you went and swam through the pool and all of that.
Yeah.
So that was cool and nice. Another lazy day. And then Friday we did the sunrise tour through the Phi Phi Islands.
Like
island hopping around the Phi Phi Islands and James Bond Island.
Yeah, they had that closed for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So we rode past it, but we couldn't stop at it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see
that
like
was beautiful.
Little crustaceans walking on the sand and stuff past us.
We went to a beach that I have caught nicknamed Brown Sugar Beach because the sand felt like brown sugar, and it was just I don't know. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
I
had a moment. As a swimmer, I was a little bit overconfident in jumping into the water.
Oh, when Rob he went snorkeling during the speedboat
I did
tour.
snorkeling, not realizing how potent and strong.
We gotta share that footage.
Take off your shoes. Okay.
You okay?
Okay. Come down.
Yeah.
Come down. You have the noodle. Yeah. Come down. Come down.
Yeah. Go down. Dude,
Go down. Oh, see.
Yeah, I start freaking out because the water is salty. So if you like get even a little bit of it, you kind of feel like you're choking. It dries out your mouth and it's not a good feeling at all. But in the snorkel, you're not supposed to like clench on it. You just kind of let your lips rest on it. Yeah. But I didn't know that. He didn't tell me that, and I learned the hard way. And I start freaking.
You did not like that at first, but then you got used to it. And
I went back out. So,
and then I got super seasick, and that was not fun. But overall, it was a beautiful, great time. Then we went to Bangkok the next day on Saturday through Tuesday. We were in Bangkok, and that's where we did all of our shopping. And Bangkok is known for its street food. Super cheap.
Alright. Normally, mango steam, you have to squeeze it on your own, and then you're gonna see the juice, purple color, come out. That is very dangerous.
And I booked a street food tour, and we had a little moment where we thought I could have been pregnant because I don't know what happened.
I'm sure we haven't broke the record, but the first week,
the
first week of marriage, we talking about a pregnancy test. Here we go.
Yeah. So This is what happens when you abstain. Before, but anyway.
But no, we so that day it was just like we got up early. We were moving around. The tuk-tuk, although it's very convenient, you breathing in fumes and stuff like that.
It was really humid.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was hotter that day than it had been any other day.
Yeah.
So that day she just got sick.
I got sick, and it sucked because that food was we were ready to smash.
So they had 6 different spots set up for us to go and eat. We got to 2. They were nice enough to give us like some carry out to take to the room or whatever. But
yeah. But as soon as I got to the hotel, I threw up. But not pregnant, guys. So yeah. But yeah, so that was pretty much the trip. We want to always have something that's edifying in these videos. So
what did you learn from
we had a moment in Bangkok where we had a little spat.
Oh, yeah, this would be good to talk about. What happened?
So we're having such a good time, and I'm like trying to capture all the great moments that we're having. And so some stuff is just sitting in my phone, waiting to be put somewhere. And some stuff I shared in my stories, our stories on social media. Actually, our first night in Bangkok, we were at dinner, and after dinner, I pull out my phone, and Rob was like, can you not have your phone out at dinner? And I'm like, well, dang, I had my phone out the whole time. And he, basically said, kind of expressed how he felt in that moment. And I took it offensively. And that was the first night in Bangkok.
First night in Bangkok.
We went to bed. I was mad. I had an attitude.
Yeah. So it was a different feel. Yeah. Like city to city. Phuket was just amazing, easygoing, like just flawless. And then getting to Bangkok, I don't know, it's because it is a city and so much is going on, it felt different.
It felt, yeah.
And as soon as we walked in the room, we both felt that, even though we hadn't had any problems at that point. But it's ironic that we did have
people weren't as accommodating, It was just a different energy.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that happened, and then I had an attitude, and we went to bed, and that was the first disagreement that we had the entire trip.
For the trip, yeah.
And actually, that was our first official argument as a married couple. But anyway, I didn't really sleep great that night. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I prayed and I was crying. And I was just like, ah. And
wait, how were you? Do that one more time.
And then I read Ephesians 5 that we talked about.
These are vows, y'all. These are vows. Come on with it.
Wives, respect your husbands. And I felt so convicted in that moment because God, the Holy Spirit, was like, now, this is your reality. Like, y'all are having a great time. But this is the reality. This is when you really need to remember and lean on me, is when your husband says something that you don't like. And you still have to wake up and go to bed with him every day and consider his thoughts and respect him. And so I really had a kind of a reality check in that moment. And so I'm reading Ephesians 5, and Rob wakes up and he like, what you reading? And I'm like, Ephesians. And
I'm like,
yes. So then we just kind of talked through things, and
So from my perspective, this was a difficult thing for me because when we sat down for dinner, I always, I'm not going to trip on the phone because I know neither of us like social media like that. Neither of us are always on our phones, on Instagram and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But now that we are, using this platform and getting back on social media and having to engage in that way, I do know that I'll have to allow pockets of time for us to do those things. However, when it comes to like sitting down for dinner, like I enjoy FaceTime with you, not like on the iPhone, but looking you eye to eye. So for me,
That was a bar. Okay, go ahead.
for me, when I sat down and you were engaged in like producing content, that I didn't even say anything at
I
that
wasn't
time.
even producing
Well,
content.
not producing content, but like just
on my
storing
phone.
on your phone,
Yeah.
kind of distracted from the moment. So I didn't even say anything at the time. So I paid attention to it, but like I won't say anything. I get quiet until you put your phone away, where we can pick up and like talk.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, when dinner's over, I've been having this on my mind and heart the whole time, and you pull it out again, and I'm like, all right, I gotta say something,
a nerve.
but I can't just say something the way that Rob would say something. I gotta do it the way that Ephesians 5 teach it, which is in love. So that means I gotta be soft and like gentle and say, hey babe, like could you put your phone away? Like I just want to kick it with you.
Yeah, and it
And
was gentle.
that took a lot.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to turn up. And
And
like,
it takes a lot for you to just express yourself
as
anyway.
men, yeah.
So I had to take that, and we acknowledged both sides when we wound up talking through everything. And it was a good moment. It was a good reality check. It was a very good teachable moment for the both of us.
Because the basis of it is, like, people tell you, all right, what we ask for wedding advice, the majority of the responses is communication, right? But to communicate, I think what I've been learning, Jesus refers to himself as the living word. So you have to learn how to use your words in order for us to be one and share like one heart and unity and all of that stuff in our marriage.
Right.
So that takes a lot of time and refinement and discipline, really, because it's a position of humility.
Right.
Instead of saying stuff the way that I really want to say it, I gotta say it the way that you would receive it best.
Yeah.
And sometimes even the way that I say it, you ain't gonna,
It's
even
not
if it's
gonna be received.
it ain't gonna land.
But that's for
always.
me to do the work in my heart and ask, for God to do the work in my heart and go to him in prayer about those things.
Yeah.
When I can't receive something that you obviously are saying in love.
Yeah.
So
it was a teachable moment though. It's never fun when you're in it, but afterwards and speaking about it, I think that's just how you learn, and that's how you grow in your marriage to really become like two people becoming one. Doesn't just happen overnight. It's an expression of your heart. So that was cool, and I'm glad that the moment happened, even though I didn't enjoy it at the moment.
But it was, we got through it, and we had a great time the rest of the trip.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our honeymoon. I think that's a good note to kind of leave on.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much the gist of everything from Thailand. Closing out, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and just stick around for what Bolden Matrimony has to offer. We got some stuff cooking up we excited for. So,
Yep.
cool. Catch you guys later. Have a great night.